Well, this is the most violent flare-up the region has seen since the two former Soviet republics went to war from 1988 to 1994. So what does each side have at its disposal? Take a look. The Azeri army is bigger than Armenia's. Azerbaijan has 66,000 active troops, while Armenia has just 45,000. Azerbaijan also has the advantage when it comes to weapons. Baku can field over 600 tanks compared to Armenia's 500. Armenia doesn't have its own fighter aircraft and relies on the protection of a Russian Air Force group. Azerbaijan is stronger in the air with fighter jets and more attack aircraft as well as helicopters. But it's drone warfare that appears to be shaping the battlefield this time. Azerbaijan has openly bragged about its use of advanced Turkish drones. Both sides have been amassing their own fleets, though the exact numbers are unknown. Let's talk about this with Jamila Mamadova, who's a regional analyst for the Caucasus region. She's joining us from London. Thanks very much for your time. So why is it that drone warfare is shaping the battlefield this time around?
I wouldn't say just the drones. I think we have to understand that Azerbaijan has been purchasing weapons from Israel, Turkey, which is a NATO country, and Russia for the last, I would say, 30 years, especially from Russia, which means that the weaponry that we have seen on the ground in Nagorno-Karabakh and in the surrounding areas are not the weapons that Azerbaijan purchased 2 weeks ago. So it's not that, and even Turkey's involvement, if you will, in this conflict militarily wouldn't affect the balance of powers either, because as your wonderful reporting just mentioned, Azerbaijani army has been much more well prepared. It's much more numerous, and it had a great support. Again, both Russia and Israel have been providing, selling weaponry to Azerbaijan. So I'm personally not as surprised about what's going on the ground and about Azeri advancement, to be honest.
And what about Armenia? How would you describe Armenia's military capabilities in the context of this conflict that's going on, and where does it get its support?
Clearly, without Russia's support for Armenia, I don't think Armenia would be able to even stay in the conflict zone, because we have seen reports about clearly civilian population leaving Nagorno-Karabakh now and the areas where the shelling has been taking place. Clearly, Russia is supporting Armenia by providing these weapons to them for free. But even that would not, I would say, significantly change the balance on the ground. If Armenia wants to seriously advance, I suppose without more Russia's interference in the conflict, it wouldn't be able to do so.
Okay, well, you seem to suggest that Azerbaijan definitely has the military prowess then on the ground. So will the fact that it has a military advantage then shape the outcome of any potential talks?
It definitely shifted the potential already, and I think in many ways the fact that Russia appealed to both sides and invited both ministers to Moscow clearly signals that Azerbaijan made certain advancements, and Russia is the only country which managed to bring two parties at the negotiation table. But again, I would suggest that it happened predominantly because of Azerbaijani advancement. Because for the last 30 years, to be honest, we haven't seen them negotiating in the same manner. At least now, I think Armenia is more prepared for certain concessions. However, would have to see where would concessions would lie, because at the moment it's clearly very difficult to see if Armenia really wants to withdraw the troops, at least from the territories that Azerbaijan has regained. It seems to me that they that they still want to continue fighting on those territories as well. And I'm talking about Jabrail region, which has been regained by Azerbaijan, and also a few villages. And we have also seen the reports of Armenians basically shelling other towns in Azerbaijan, which doesn't signal to me the end to this war.
Okay, we'll leave it there. We thank you very much for speaking to us from London. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.